for this problem, which means we are going to expand it completely. Now, you could write x squared minus 4, x squared minus 4, x squared minus 4, and FOIL it all together. But, oh, sorry. Yeah, x squared plus 4, x squared plus 4, x squared plus 4, and FOIL it all together. But that's a lot of work, right? So yesterday we started talking about those binomial coefficients, and we started talking about Pascal triangle. Then we started talking about combinations. You guys remember talking about this combination? Okay. So our leading number will be 3, 2, 0. 3, 2, 0. Because my exponent is 3, and that's my first spot to spot 0. Okay. I'm going to leave a blank here. We'll fill that in a minute. Plus, our next one would be 3, 2, 1. I'm going to leave a blank right here. Plus, our next one would be 3, 2, 2. We'll leave a blank. We have one more. 3, 2, 3. So yesterday we found those combination numbers, right? Well, don't worry about finding them yet. Let's worry about filling in those blanks. So let's go back. I think I deleted everything. Let me go back a couple slides. Let me see if I did. Yep, I deleted everything. Well, remember whenever we did like the x plus 1 to the whatever power, we started adding 1, subtracting 1, adding 1, subtracting 1. Remember that from the x plus y? Okay, it's been a while since we've seen it. Whole 24 hours. Well, here's our x squared. We're going to put that in parentheses. And what's the exponent right now? 3. So it gets to the third power, and the other item, the 4, goes to the 0 power. Because 3 plus 0 would give me that highest exponent of the 3. We talked about that briefly yesterday. My next one that I'm filling in will have the x squared, but now it's not to the third power. Now it's going to be to the second, and the next number would be 4 to the first. See if you can fill in the other two lines. Yep. So this would be x squared to the first times 4 squared. This would be x squared to the 0 times 4 to the third. Okay. All right, take a minute. Actually, this one's only to the third power, right? You want to actually figure out 3, 2, 0, 3, 2, 1, or do you just want to use your Pascal triangle you made yesterday? Okay. Yeah, I'm going to use my Pascal because the third power is pretty quick, right? So look at the one that's to the third power. What's the first number on Pascal's triangle? 1. So this is a 1. What's the next number? 3. That's a 3. Does that make sense? What was the next number? 3. What was the next number? 1. So we use that third line of Pascal's triangle. 1, 3, 3, 1. If you don't want to use Pascal's triangle, you can always type in a calculator 3, 2, 0, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 2, 3, 2, 3. But I've got Pascal right there. Why not do that, right? Any questions so far? I'll have to figure out the number. Okay. All right. So this is 1 times x squared to the, what's x squared to the third? X. How about to the 6? Since there are two exponents touching, they're multiplying. What's 4 to the 0? 1. So there's only a 1 in front of here. That make sense? Plus. This is 4 to the first, right? What's 4 to the first? Times 3? 12. So it'll be 12 x to the 2 times 2 is 4. Plus. Yep. here, what do you know about this x? It's going to go away because it's to the first power, or to the 0 power, right? So it's what? So plus 64. And that's the answer. 2 times 1 is 2. Okay? Yeah.
Where, like the first one?
So if I write this out, this would be 4, 2, 0. Y to the 4th, negative 2 to the 0, plus 4, choose 1, y to the 3rd, negative 2 to the 1st, plus 4, choose 2. This would be y squared, negative 2 squared, plus 4, choose 1, y to the 3rd, negative 2, oops, I'm sorry, y to the 1st, negative 2 to the 3rd, plus one more, 4 to 0. That would be y to the 0, negative 2 to the 4th. All right, so we know this is 1. This would be y to the 4th, right? And negative 2 to the 0 is 1. That's the first part. Plus, what's 4 to the 1st? 4, right? 4 times negative 2 is what? Negative 8. I shouldn't have put a plus sign then, should I? I should probably put a minus sign. So minus 8, y to the 3rd. The next one, plus negative. That's fine. Negative 2 to the 4th is 4. Times 6 is 24. So plus 24, y squared. Negative 2 to the 3rd is negative 8. Times 4 is negative 32. So minus 32y. 4 to the 4 is 1. Negative 2 to the 4th is positive 16. And the y cancels, right? There's my answer. Raise your hand if you got that. Huh. So here we're just going to find the 5th term of this. So we don't need to find the 1st. We don't need to find the 2nd, the 3rd, the 4th, the 6th, the 7th, or the 8th. We just need the 5th term. So first off, I need my choose, right? Like before in all the problems. What number has to be first here? 8. Highest exponent. 8. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I want the 5th term. So that would actually be spot what? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Because spot 0 is actually number 1. Does that make sense? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is spot 4. So 8, choose 4. Now using that little hint that I gave you on the last problem, we know I'm going to have A. What number is going right there with the A? 4. How'd you get that? Good. 4. The way we got this was we took 8 minus 4. I'm going to put that little note right there. This would be 2b to the what? 4th. That comes from right here. Okay? That was that hint I gave you on that last problem we did. I said, hey, this goes down, this goes down. So I want the 5th spot. That'd be this spot, right? So remember, we start with spot. That makes sense? Oh, no. So we're actually looking the 5th term in. That makes more sense? All right. All right. Go ahead and figure out 8, choose 4, go ahead and figure out the rest of it real quick for me. All right, if I use my calculator to find 8 times 4, I get 70. And I'll be erasing the number 70, okay. Times a to the 4 times this 4, remember from algebra 1, goes to both exponents. So that would be 16, and then I've got b to the 4. I multiply 70 and 16, I get 1120.
Yeah.
A to the 4, b to the 4. Any questions? Okay, moving on.
I got it.
Cool. Let's have you, let's have us think about this one here. We're going to start first with our combination. Right? What number has to go here? Good. That comes from right here. What number goes here? What do you got? No. 7. 7. Remember the second number is always the second number there. See how that always matches? You may want to write yourself a note. If you're somebody that's saying, oh, I'll forget that, write yourself a note. The second number always matches the second number up here. Make sense? Write yourself a note. Looking back there, do you see that? I'm like, did you write yourself a note? I mean, because you can look at your problems and you're going to say, ooh, and then you'll forget. Okay. My first set of parentheses is what? 2a. To what power? Good. 11 minus 7. Remember we wrote that on the last problem? Write yourself a note. Look how those notes coming in. Okay, let's write our next one. This would be what? Yes, good, Trevor. Negative 3b. To the what? 7. By the way, you can also figure out 4 and 7 by looking right here. 4 and 7. That's another one. I figured since we made this, I'd continue practicing the subtracting, and this one goes here. Okay, figure out this part, figure out this part, figure out this part. Go ahead. 11 choose 7 is 330. Okay, guys, up here. 2 to the 4th is 16. 8 to the 4th is 8 to the 4th. Negative 3 to the 7 is negative 2187. B to the 7th. All right, Mallory, go ahead. A to the 4th, B to the 7th. Now, the 7. Okay. It says find the coefficient. Do I want to write this entire thing? No, I just need this piece right here, and that's it. So my accidental b to the 9th is actually a 7. Doesn't really matter anyway. Hey, look, finish it. Cool.
Dan picked a bad day to miss.
Yeah, it's gonna be so off. Luckily we recorded for it, so we'll see. All right, homework.